Hey everybody, this is the Trillionaire meeting, and we are here with Xarina with an X. She is a songwriter, vocalist, and new studio owner, audio engineer, all that good old stuff.
Yeah,
How's it going today?
it's going good. It's a sunny day. I'm inside doing laundry, so that sucks.
Oh yeah,
What are you gonna do?
yeah for sure. Yeah, it is heck hot today, so I had got a sweater because I like to wear sweaters.
In the
Hot
heat,
weather.
it looked a little hot.
Yeah, it's pretty hot, but it's cool though.
Oh,
It's probably like a nice 87.
I think the button up is like giving you airflow, so you're driving.
Not bad for sure.
Yeah,
But yeah, congrats on the studio. Without giving out too many numbers and too much information. How was the process?
it was a wild one. It was a lot. It was definitely one of the most like trying things that I've ever done. Um, just just getting it going, just getting the funding to get it going. I did it by myself. I didn't have any, investors or backers or anything like that. So I had to go get the bread, you know what I'm saying, and put it all on me and lock solidify the spot, do a little construction. It's still being done right now. Get some gear. I already have a lot of gear, but I had to go get some more. It's just been a lot. It's been busy. It's been busy. I had a COVID scare that took some days off. Like it's just been like one little thing after another, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's always turbulent before like some dope shit happens. So
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
yeah, whatever.
That's
I
cool
feel like
though.
I wouldn't even I kind of like that it's been a little bit difficult because imagine if it wasn't. I don't think it would be. I wouldn't feel as successful. I wouldn't feel it as much. So
Yeah, it's like, ah,
right, yeah. Imagine if
yeah,
I just lifted it up. That's no fun. Like you gotta go through a little razzle dazzle.
yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, for sure. So yeah,
Yeah,
when are you opening up? You said May 15th, right?
yeah. Next Saturday, next Friday is really my first session because I know who I want to be my first client. Like I just want them to bless the studio real quick, and then my first like day of sessions is Saturday.
Oh yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a crazy like last couple of years and all of that crazy stuff, especially for creative people. It's been trapped in the house and all of that crazy stuff. So how were you able to find inspiration and function and still be creative in these strange times?
It was difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm the type of artist where I like go through phases. I can't just go, 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 like, cause I lose like I don't know what to talk about like after a while. So I'm the type that has to go live life, then come back and lock myself down for a month or two, and then go live life. You know what I'm saying? And it was
Mhm.
like there was none of that. Like I was literally stuck in the house. So I was doing a lot of online gigs for other people because that was easy. You don't really need to be super inspired to do like contracted work. You feel me? It kind of like they give you what they want and then you could kind of boom, there's my inspiration. You told me what to do. But like my own shit, it was hard. But I created a lot of stuff though. I did a lot of like over time, I would get those little pockets of inspiration and go crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like what you had created the out the way. I was a part of it, and it was
Oh, yeah.
really cool. And what was that? August.
Yeah, it was August.
Yeah. How'd you think about that, and how'd you put that together?
So out the way was an idea I had. I saw an artist that I work with that I've worked with in the past. His he put together like he rented this like Airbnb in Vegas. It was a fat house, had a crazy huge basement, and he got all his music friends together, with all their gear and all their instruments, and they just labbed out for like a whole week and just whatever happens happens, and it was just it was just a huge creative space, like whatever, and I was like, that's cool. I needed to do that because I'm losing my mind. There was no, during 2020, there was no going to LA or going to Atlanta or going on vacation. Like there was none of that. Like it sucked. So
Yeah, it was
I was-
crazy.
it sucked. Like it really did. And it was just like, okay. And then at the time I had roommates and one of my roommates was like in the age range that like you don't really want to play like that. So I didn't really go anywhere just out of respect for my roommates, right? So I was like, dang, like, what can we do? And I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the creative thing. So I went and I talked to Lemma from Cutthroat, and
Hi,
she
Lemma.
kind of, hey Lemma, she helped me put it together. I wanted to get, I didn't want to go to Vegas because I knew in Vegas we would end up,
Yeah, we would have been on the strip.
yeah, we would end up
We would
bullshit.
have ended up on the strip. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like I already knew, I know myself, I know y'all. Like it would have been like night two or three, or even the first night, and it would just be like, man, like real quick, and it would not have been real quick. It'd have been a whole night thing,
Yeah.
and then it would have been again and again. So I was like, no, we need to go somewhere with absolutely nothing. So, and I really wanted somewhere with a lake. Like that was my whole thing. I wanted a lake house. I wanted real woodsy shit, you know. So I found this house in I think it was Junction City or something, and it was called the Monkey House. I was a little hesitant. It was a monkey
I
house.
didn't know it was called the Monkey House.
Yeah, it was a monkey house in the middle of the woods. I was like, I don't know, but woo, what's that? But I read the reviews, and the reviews were like, they was, here and there. But I was like, whatever, let's do it because it was super cheap. And so I booked it for 7 nights. I hit you up, I hit Rossi, I hit I just hit a bunch of creative people that I liked and I respected that didn't really necessarily, they knew it, y'all knew each other, but y'all didn't really know each other. Nobody really worked before for the most part. I mean, maybe like here and there you might have worked with, Jordan, I don't know, but like nobody, or Chauncey you worked with, but
Yeah, I worked
nobody
with CJ.
really, yeah, but nobody really like worked before. So I was taking a gamble of putting a bunch of like artists and creatives that don't know each other, but I kind of like gauged everybody's like attitudes before, and I was like, I feel like this group of people will be smooth, like and there were certain people that I wanted to come that like didn't follow through, and I think that was just the universe like working itself out. Like I said, let's just make whatever works. Whoever doesn't come, they're not gonna come. And so we booked this house in the woods. It was huge. It was like 3 stories, well ish, like it had a basement area thing, and then it had a main floor, and then it had an attic with all rooms in it. And so yeah, we all brought our gear and instruments, and we rocked out for 7 days, and we made some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful records.
It was cool. Yeah. The drive up there was really, really cool. And I think my favorite part was the industry games. Like anytime somebody says something industry, you have to take a shot.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
lot of Tito's. I think we down like a gallon a day for sure. But it
Yeah, for
was
sure.
fun though. Like nobody was like, well, for the most part, nobody was super, super like turned. Nobody was yakking. I don't think it was a good time, and we made good songs. Like you wake up, maybe make a little breakfast, take a shot, and start working on music. Like that was it for 7 days. I wish my life was like that every single day. Oh, it'd be so lit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It
super
was
cool.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
So back to like the audio engineering. So how did you get started in audio engineering, and what are like your favorite parts about it and the parts that you don't really like about it?
so I started audio engineering in, I want to say like 2013 ish. That's when I started going to school. I've been an artist. I've been writing songs and everything since I was like 8 years old. I started getting in studios around 15, 16. Um, and then I moved with my aunt after I graduated in 2011. And then she was like, you can live here, but you need to go to school. I was like, school? Like, I wasn't really a college was never like on my mind. I never really wasn't mine. I didn't care. But then I found out you get paid to go to college, and I was like, oh, bet. So I signed up for my little financial aid or whatever. I took general ed, and I was going to DVC. And DVC has 2 campuses. So I started at the San Ramon campus, the math, the Spanish, the English, whatever. And then they have their main campus in Pleasant Hill, and they had a music industry studies program. And I was like, what's that? And so they had intro to Pro Tools, they had entertainment law, they had applied projects in the music industry where you're putting like concerts together and EPKs and stuff like that, cool stuff. They had production. So I was like, I'm gonna take that, and I ended up taking it. It took me a little longer because my first semester I definitely catted off. I failed Pro Tools my first semester. I just didn't go to class. It wasn't hard. I just didn't go. Like I took music theory. One of the hardest, most traumatizing classes I think I've ever taken.
Is it because all the music snobs in there?
Yes, and I've never met a kind music theory teacher. They're all dicks, all of them. I've never met a nice one. Like they're all weird and in a mean way. Like not even weird in a nice, cool, quirky way. Weird in an asshole way. And then if you don't understand something, and make you feel bad. And I had two teachers in a row because, mind you, my teacher got fired mid-semester, my music theory teacher, because he was such an asshole. He got fired mid-semester, and then they brought this Mr. Magoo looking motherfucker who always smelled like wet clothes. I don't know his home situation, so let me not talk too much, but he always smelled like wet clothes and it stunk. But he came in and he had a completely different teaching style. And music theory is one of those things, like, if you're gonna learn it, you got to lock in with like one way to start. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're just learning it, you can't like switch learning styles mid semester. That's crazy. Like, and he was completely different and taught us different stuff, and it was a mess. I didn't thrive. I passed because I made it happen. But man, I say all
It,
that to say, yeah, that's what I ended up taking all those classes together though. I graduated. Shout out Tune Studios. That was the studio I was recording my own music at. And I wanted a job. And Jeff, the owner, was like, yeah, you can pick up some sessions. I think my first session, you're familiar. I think my first session was like a Hood Star session.
oh yeah. Yeah, shout out to
With
Band Aid and Scoop.
shout out Band Aid in school. That was my first session. Definitely threw me under the bus. But I did it. I got it done. No, threw me to the wolves, I think. And yeah, after that, I just started banging out sessions and I got better and better. I think one of my other first sessions was like Fantastic Negrito, and I sucked. I was so bad in his. I mean, I was super new, and like he wanted me to track instruments and DI shit and all this stuff I didn't really know how to do. I was just strictly like vocals. So yeah, but there was like definitely a few times where I was thrown to the wolves. But I mean, that's what made me kind of saucy. So I kept going. I was able to get enough clientele to where I can quit my 9 to 5 because I hate jobs. Like they're so dumb to me. For me, I don't work like that. Um, and I just got really good, and I started getting fast, and now I'm still doing it. Now I'm about to open up a studio because why not?
Oh yeah, that's super cool. That's cool that you got like thrown out there because I don't think just the training and the audio gear is good enough. You also have to like know like the etiquette and problem solving and people skills
You have
and
to have so many people skills. You have
yeah,
to.
and
You
just
have to know
knowing when to
how to
leave.
control. Yeah, and leave stuff
Yeah,
alone. And like that's why I don't understand when people ask for like degrees for like audio engineering jobs because like no shade, but I know so many people who graduated from school that like are so mid, like
yeah,
because you don't get real life experience in school. You have a teacher there to, help fix your problems. You don't have clients that are super needy. You don't, there's a lot of things that you don't go through in school that I think to be a successful engineer in the outside world, you have to have. And a lot of the rules they teach you in school, you can throw some of them out the window, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
there is a good foundation. I like school and I don't ever regret going to school. And anybody who wants to go to school, I would say go to school if you can, if you have the means to, if you have the time, if you could make the time. I recommend, I mean, I don't necessarily think everyone needs to spend 20, 30, $50,000 to go to school to learn how to be an engineer. Even just a community college. When you learn the basics, that will help you. If you understand compression, if you understand what EQ is, if you understand the ones and zeros and why they're that way, if you understand like the different type of mics and pickup patterns and stuff, there's like that's the good cool stuff to go to school for because it's like cool. Teach me that. I don't really want to read it by myself. Like, what's up? But
hmm
all the other stuff, like really running a session, that's life. That's
yeah,
life.
for sure. Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Or recording with me. I think I made everybody a little nervous. I think if you could record me and not have me make mouth sounds like, then I think that's how you pass my recording test. If you can record me and I don't start like getting antsy, you're a damn good engineer.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cheers. So, favorite EQ?
Fat Filter Pro Q3.
Not bad. Compressor.
CLA2A. It's Old Faithful. It's Old Faithful. That's my favorite compressor. It's Old Faithful. You put me onto it actually. I didn't use that one till you used it. I think we were working on Evil, and I was like, I don't like this. And then
Mhm.
I was like, maybe I. And then I like incorporated in my session that I already had, and I was like, oh, okay. It was just smooth as hell. Cause you know, I like all the industry motherfuckers always use our compressor. I don't get it.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
never
that's
sounded good
weird.
for me.
Yeah.
People use it and it sounds great, and I have never got it to sound good for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've tried everything. I've tried different people's presets and tweaked them, and they just never hit for me. But CLA 2A, that's why I fucked around and got a real one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I haven't really been using it that much. I've been using the 1176 or the 176.
Okay, because you like grittier, you like more texture.
Yeah, I like that all button on there. That all button where we
Yeah,
just push all the knobs in.
and
That's
it's just
fire. All right,
yeah,
what about delay?
Echo Boy for sure.
Not
Hmm.
bad.
Yeah,
Of course.
definitely Echo Boy. I used to use H2A, but then because the first studio I worked at, we had crack plugins, so Echo Boy used to go if you press the wrong button. So I always stayed away from it. But once I got a legit version, I was like, oh, you could get busy. All Sound Toys. Sound Toys is beautiful. I just got their,
Yeah,
I put their bundle on my new computer. It's fucking, you can't go wrong with Sound Toys. Anything Sound Toys. I
that's
love
great.
them.
Yeah, that decapitator is my favorite too. That's
The
a good one.
decapitator is really good for like harmonics, or if you just want a little razzle dazzle to like your hook vocal or whatever, like, and you just want, I like to always press, there's a preset on there called Mixing Some Edge. That's my
Okay,
favorite
okay.
preset on there. And then you turn just turn the mix down if you don't want it to be super noticeable, but just something different.
That's what's cool too. That mix button, all of them. Like you can get it, and then you can kind of like just turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, so it's like barely in there. Also the tremolator. Like if you use the tremolator and want to get busy with some automation, that's a really fun effect. And my new one is like, have you ever used it's called Ovox? Is it called Ovox?
I'm not sure. I
The
don't think I
Waves
ever
one?
used it. Waves?
It's
No, I
like
never used it.
it's almost like a, what's it called, a vocoder or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it, but a vocoder,
Hmm.
like synthesizes your voice and makes it all weird. So it's that, but if you put that mixed with like the tremolator, I used to use old Antares, the Harmony engine.
Oh yeah,
I
that's a
used to
good
use
one.
the
Yeah.
Harmony engine, and I used to cut everything down and do an octave down, and then like one in between, and then cut out the natural voice, and then put the tremolator on there, and then do some delay shit. Great, that's a great effect.
Yeah, that's super cool. All right,
Mm,
what about a specialty plugin that you don't necessarily know which category to put it in?
one knob filter,
Okay.
because I mean you need it a lot, like especially in like rap and stuff, like you need it, or R&B even, like you need to filter music a lot. So it's just the easiest one. It's the easiest to me to automate. Oh,
Yeah.
it kills me when people make 2 tracks and then do the automation. Oh, just fucking. It's so easy. It makes me mad, but I know certain people don't know how to do it. But it's like, no, you fucking go to the little squares at the top, click that, click. I just move all three because it just makes my life easier. I'll do a tutorial later on my website one day.
Yeah, not bad for sure. Yeah, thanks to the OVO group for that filter. I remember when I first heard like "Take Care" or "Not" was the first one, "So Far Gone." I thought I was like trying to figure out how to turn my highs back up on my EQ. At first,
Right.
I was like, it's muffled.
I
And the
mean, you
vocals
could
came
do
in.
it. You could automate even a one band if you want. If you don't have a one knob,
Hmm.
you can throw a one knob filter. I mean, excuse me, a one band EQ, just the stock one in Pro Tools, and then make it like a hard, you feel me? What word am I thinking of? A low pass,
Hmm.
low pass with the highs. Yeah, and then you can just make sure your automation settings are together, and then so
No,
you could.
I was talking about when I first heard like those CDs when I first heard like Noah and Drake. I thought my highs was turned down on my EQs.
Oh, you thought something happened to your computer as you were playing it.
Yeah, I thought like
Oh,
or like in the car or something, and I was trying to like turn the highs back up. That was like, you remember that? That was like a new thing to like sing over muffled songs like that.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was cool, but it was like new back then though. Like I never heard that before. Before that,
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a popular thing to do. Definitely weird.
yeah. It was
And
super
now
weird.
it's on almost every song.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else do I have on my list? I got a little list right here. I'm
Oh,
winging it right now, but
lists are
okay.
good.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. Okay, let me see what else
On
I
track.
have. Oh yeah, we can talk about some songwriting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, what is your thoughts when it comes to songwriting?
My thoughts. It's
Yeah,
necessary.
your thoughts are like what you're thinking about, or sort of process.
I think there's, for me at least, I write songs in many different ways. Like, you know, I don't have a set way. It kind of just, I adapt to my environment and what's going on around me. Like certain songs I don't write. Certain songs I like punch in. I know you hate punching in, but certain songs they just like, certain songs I lay a top line and then I'll punch in lyrics and then I'll fine tune those lyrics. Like, and that'll be a process for like one of those type of songs.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't do a top line and I literally just, a lot of times for verses or like certain things that I already have the cadence already that I don't need a top line because I've already like done it out loud. I'll punch it in. Um, Certain songs, especially for people who have a specific, set of guidelines they want me to use, I'll sit there and write it and sing it out loud. I've noticed though for hooks and choruses though, I don't like to write them because I'd never need to. It always kind of waters me down when I sit down and actually write them. It takes me out the moment. So hooks and choruses definitely never write. Verses, either punch in. If it's rap, I'll write, or if it's like a song for Nate, I'll write because I know he can tell the difference.
I'm not
Like,
too mad at punching in. It depends on how it's being punched in.
okay, if it's just nonsense.
Now, if it's like we're if we like got it written and then we're just doing a bunch of takes to go back to and comp, or if we're punching it in to get a good like line,
Okay.
I don't mind that. But I don't like the when
From
everybody sounds
scratch.
like Little Wayne.
But it's like, okay, I understand if it's like, sometimes it's annoying. Like sometimes like having clients that want to punch in and they're so fucking slow, it is kind of like, all right, I feel like everyone would benefit if you just sat down for 20 minutes and wrote this out. Like, but for people like moi and Rossi, like, and there's a bunch of other artists that I could name, like, that shit cool. It's pretty good. Like it's fun. It's easy, but there's a fine line between it being easy and lazy. So that is something that you kind of have to like check yourself when the lyrics start, when a bar start getting too mediocre. You know what I'm saying? Like on your head like a baseball cap or so, that's boring. That's easy as fuck. And you didn't really try because it was just the first thing that came to mind. When you start using overused words, you know what I'm saying? That's when you kind of got to check yourself. And those are the lines that you can go back and redo to kind of spice them up a little bit. Cause I don't like sounding like everybody else either. I don't mind sounding current, but I don't want to repeat people's shit. I try hard not to. Sometimes it's, you do it subconsciously, but I try not to, for sure.
Do you like have a topic to write about? Because I know sometimes you don't know what the song is about by the time you're like done punching in too. It's just a bunch of words
Right.
rhymed together.
Yeah. So there are certain songs where that's cool. Certain random shit, like certain, more trappy shit. Sometimes it can be random as fuck because don't nobody give a fuck. They're there for the hook. You know what I'm saying? And as long as it flows good, and as long, sometimes you just do bar after bar after bar of just catchy shit. So it's not fucking gluing together your topic, but you just gassing it. But I think it just depends on the song, the genre, the sound, the vibe. Then there's certain songs where that's why I like to do the hook first. I always usually do the hook first, and the hook kind of keeps me on track. So if I am freestyle punching in the verse, I kind of don't lose myself too much because I already know that this hook is, we got something set in stone. So that kind of helps. That's why I always encourage to do the hook first. Knock that shit out. I would never start with the verses first unless I'm really feeling a type of way. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Top five current people right now.
Oh God.
I had to throw in a
Oh, this industry ass question. My top five people right now, like not of all time, right? Because it changes day to day.
the all time changes day to day, or the right now
My
changes day
right
to
now
day.
changes day to day, but my all time changes like every year. So,
Okay, I'll say 2015 to now.
oh God, 2015 to now. My favorite artist personally, I hate this question because the next person that asks me gonna get a whole different vibe. Because I might be feeling artsy today, or I might be feeling gangster today. I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing laundry today. I'm feeling a little soul vibes and R&B. Do music, do shit to music shit. Let me see.
Hit different. You go play hit different today.
Yeah, I like playing Ari Lennox when I clean. I like playing just like a lot of neo soul when I clean.
Oh yeah,
I like to play like more soulful, but kind of, I don't know, it's not up tempo necessarily, but just like a little bit higher energy R&B when I clean. But I think from 2015 to now, of course, Nicki and Drake was happening. Um, I
I was
really
just listening to Monster yesterday too. I was listening to my Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Isn't that verse phenomenal?
She came in cooking on that
It was
song.
like nothing. You never heard nothing like it again.
Like back in the day, it seemed like they had a mystery. Like you didn't hear nothing from them unless
Right.
they were putting out music or
We're doing press.
yeah.
You
And the
know,
press was produced so they can like
they
edit
had
all the
media
stuff out.
training.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they had artist development once upon a time. Now let's say the most craziest thing I could possibly say so I get some clicks, even if it pisses hella people off because I need some numbers. It's just I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean it is the way it is. I'm not gonna be an old head and say fuck this new shit. It just I'm adapting, I'm learning. I don't think I'm cut out to be a superstar at this day and age. I think I don't know. It's not for me. Like if you gotta do that shit, I'm hella cool,
Yeah,
you know.
for sure.
My top five though, I don't know. That's hard. It's so hard. I mean, Drake, Nicki, Beyonce, Tash Sultana will always be in my top five. Uh, what is that? I'm at four already, and I don't know. I don't know my fifth. It changes because it's different R&B. I'm rooting for everybody. I really like whose album do I really know by heart? I don't know. I need like a top 10. A top five isn't fair because of course it's gonna be of course it's gonna be the Beyonce, Drake, Nicki's. Like,
You was bumping a bunch of Nail. You know, remember Nail?
oh, I love Nail.
And
I
Nail
don't know
got
if she's
some
my top
joints.
five though. If you give me a top, see, I need sections. I need top 10 R&B, top 10 rap, top 10 trap, top 10 artsy shit. It's a vast list. It's a vast list. Have you heard the new Shelly album?
Drum.
Yes,
I haven't heard it yet. I just saw it and I was like, okay, he changed his name to Shelly.
it's really good. It's really good, and I didn't know I was a drum fan because I don't think I list. I didn't like did I like broccoli? I mean, I like broccoli. Didn't everybody like broccoli? But it wasn't. I don't think I like went to go try to find his album because of broccoli. I don't like happy music. If you haven't noticed,
You don't like happy stuff?
no. But this album has a lot of happy shit on it. But it's very. I don't know if eclectic is the word. Very like big sounding shit. And he has like a lot of harmonies and a lot of vocals and a lot of like layers, which is my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So and like reverb and like empty space with just hella layers and harmonies going on. Like that's my shit. So this album had a lot of that. And he got a really good Summer Walker verse. And he had Erica Badu on that shit. I'm pretty sure she recorded shit with her MacBook Air. There was no way that shit was on a microphone. It hurt my ears, but I kept listening to it because it was Erica Badu.
Mm-hmm.
But I know she's no stranger to recording a song on a MacBook. It's not my
Yeah.
favorite practice, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, the MacBook, it has a good mic. If just make sure the fan, you have to do it when your laptop is like freshly turned on. Because when that fan kicks in, it's gonna pick up the fan.
Yeah, cause
Yeah,
her peaks was like her sibilance was kind of wild, and nobody wanted to tame it, I guess. But maybe if they try to tame it, it would mess everything up. That's the crazy part about EQ. It's
yeah.
very touchy.
Have you ever checked out that plugin Soothe?
Mm-mm. What
Yeah,
is
it's sort of like that. Just it'll clean everything you're talking about up.
oh
Just
all the sharp shit?
yeah, you can just probably just put it on there and it'll start. It just gets those weird frequencies. It just finds those and
Who makes it?
moves it out. It's by I think it's called Oak Sound. Let me see.
Oh, I might have to get that. It doesn't have any latency or nothing.
Soothe 2. I haven't really had any latencies. Yeah, it's Oak. It's OEK sound. It's called Soothe 2. It's really
Mm,
really cool.
yeah, I need that. I love a good because sometimes the esters do too much. You know.
Yeah, I like the Fat Filter de-esser. It's pretty good.
Oh, I've never used it. Oh, this looks like $219
That's all.
for one. That's auto tune.
yeah,
Maybe maybe in a couple weeks.
yeah. Right now, working on. Well, I like a sort of like dirty sound,
Yes.
but I wanna. I'm trying to figure out how to get that. Like those like Sia Adele songs. How the mixes sound
Hmm.
on those. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how they got that. That's been a project of mine lately.
Their sounds are very clean.
Yeah, it's clean, dirty. I just mean like the way everything is like placed and
Oh,
panned
the
and
instruments be dirty though. Her vocals are never dirty, really.
yeah. And it
Yeah.
just sounds like the vocal is just in the middle and everything is just kind of hugging it. Like that song, "The Greatest" by Sia. That's probably one of my favorite mixes on that song. And the engineer doesn't even do interviews.
The dopest ones don't.
Yeah, Serban
I don't even
Ganita.
know I'm here right now.
Da
I'm
da
just
da.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Nah,
Yeah,
the OGs don't ever do interviews. They saucy though.
yeah,
I
for
really
sure.
like whoever mixes Billie Eilish's vocals.
I think
I
that's
really
her
do.
brother.
He mixes them.
I think so. He produces and mixes those. They
I
they
didn't know
they
he
do
was.
everything in Logic.
I didn't know he was the mixing engineer. I just knew he was the producer.
Yeah, let me see.
I like how her vocals sound like she's literally like in your ear, like right here. Like it
Hmm.
sounds like she's right here when you listen to her in headphones. And I'm like, dude, it doesn't sound like distorted. It sounds super clear. I love a clear vocal, like a clear, clean, perfect, just clean, not choppy, not crunchy vocal. That's my shit.
Yeah, it says Rob Kinelski.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it says mixer. Yeah, they like stacked them like they like do a bunch of stacks and stuff on there. That's a tough production style to get to when stuff is super simple, when it's like not a lot of instruments going on, but it still sounds full. It doesn't sound like anything is missing.
Right. It's like perfect. I think because everything feels so up close, like nothing feels far.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to like sit and analyze.
Yeah, super cool. All right, so next I have being a young lady in music biz, how to
Mhm.
maneuver, and for any other young ladies that want to get in music biz, if you have any tips or just know how to move and dodge all of the crazy stuff that goes on.
Yeah, I think when you first start, you got to be careful dating. You got to like chill. Just because, like, just from my experience, like, I don't know if it's changed or if it's different for different people, but you kind of want to create your own reputation. You don't want to be attached to nobody until you create your own reputation. But like, when you first start, you don't want to be blah blah blah's girlfriend. You feel me? Or blah blah blah's this and that because you want your own. Certain people might not work with you, or if you care about shit like that. I just know it was easier for me to maneuver, not being attached to anybody or anything, and keeping all that like super super private. So that was one. Definitely read energy because a lot of motherfuckers are nasty as hell. So like, definitely keep your guard up. Definitely like let people talk a little more than you talk, just to kind of, you know, don't be gullible or nothing, because I mean that's not even for just women. That's just for young artists. Period. It's a lot of people that are gonna try to sell you so many dreams and false promises. And I would highly recommend to learn the business on your own and learn how to do everything yourself, from your admin to, you know, booking, to, dealing with your engineers and producers. I say do all that yourself until you absolutely need help and it's unmanageable. But when you learn how to do everything yourself, you now set a standard. So when you go ask for help or help is looking for you know what to expect and you have expectations, because if you don't know what to expect, if you don't understand, how to get royalties from all these different places, more than just your BMI check or ASCAP check is deeper than that, or how your distribution works, who you're going through, what percentage you're getting, all these little things, you should know that. So when the person that you hired that's getting, you know, dub 5% of everything you do is not up to par, you can check that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just get robbed for somebody who's unqualified and mediocre. You don't want anybody mediocre working with you or for you or, alongside with you. You want everyone to bring to the table what you can already bring to the table, but more. You know what I'm saying? So definitely learn everything yourself and do it first. Um and learn Pro Tools or Logic, or I don't care. FL, I don't care. Learn something. I say Pro Tools because it's pretty much in every studio. Like it's very rare you're gonna go to a real studio and there's not gonna be Pro Tools. So it's gonna help you communicate. It's gonna enhance your workflow. If you're a singer, definitely need to understand Pro Tools. Definitely need to understand comping. I know so many talented singers that don't understand comping, and I think the rawest singers comp themselves. I'm not gonna lie, or have a really good engineer that they trust to comp them. But I've seen some super super raw people that just comp themselves because they know exactly how they want to hear certain things, and that's something that I recommend. And if you're a rapper, or if you are a musician and do instruments, just learn as much as you can, because it just helps. It helps you move. It helps you have leverage when you can enter these certain conversations and know what you're talking about, instead of everybody just talking around you and you're quiet, You now are educated in your field, you know.
That's
I've
a
learned
big help for
every day.
producers too. When they could at least when artists can at least zip the
Articulate.
audio files over and send them over,
Oh.
or
Yeah,
yeah,
learn how to zip a folder, please. Oh
yeah,
God.
send it over. Yeah, articulate.
Get a hard
Yeah,
drive.
when stuff just smooths out, Yeah,
Yeah.
organized, having a hard drive with everything dated.
Yeah, just stay really organized. I would say stay organized. Meet people, go out, you know. Hold your own. Is my biggest thing in my experience, is hold your own and be able to hold your own. Yeah, there's going to be people in and out your life, and they're great and you're grateful for them, but at the end of the day, can you survive? Can you thrive alone? Like, can you make things happen? And during those times where everyone's, you might have a group of, dope producers and artists and people that you work with, but they might be a time where they're all doing their own thing. They're busy, they're working on their own projects. What are you going to do during that time? Are you going to be like, man, well, everyone's doing stuff, I have nothing to do? No. Horrible answer. No. No. You make something happen, you do something. There's billion producers out there. There's a billion engineers out there. You know what I'm saying? Make something happen. Don't blame other people. Be self-sufficient. Be self-sufficient as possible until you can, gather the help that you need. Because I'm definitely at the point where I help,
Yeah,
but I've done it alone so long. I know what to expect. I have certain expectations. Like, let's get it done.
yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
all
it's
that.
like it's sometimes just stuff you just don't like doing too. You just rather have somebody that likes to do that.
I hate admin.
Yeah,
So boring. Ugh,
yeah, for sure.
I don't want to do it anymore. But I mean, I know how, so that's cool.
All right, and then in closing, yeah, do you have any shout outs? Do you have any last philosophical remarks or anything?
Uh,
Any
shout out to I want to I don't know. It's I hate name dropping because I always forget somebody and then they feel left out. So I mean, shout out to everyone I've encountered, everyone I've worked with, everyone that I've learned a lesson from, that I was able to give a lesson to, anybody that I've inspired, anybody that's inspired me, every and anybody that I've ever worked with, everyone in Out the Way. Nate, I've known him since he was a young tot. I'm just kidding. I didn't know him when he was a toddler, but I've known Nate since he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you. I'm extremely proud of you. You are literally the most talented person I've ever met, and you have a really, really good, kind spirit and a really great soul. And it's only up. And you have shit. You're gonna take over the motherfucking world. Like, I'm very excited for you.
Thank you.
Shout out Tussie, shout out all my friends. Shout out my mother. She's always been a super big support system. Shout out my dad for finally coming around to period. Shout out my stepdad. Shout out my brother. Everybody. And shout out everyone who has helped um with Studio X, sent donations, given advice, has booked sessions, has followed the page, is planning to book. I'm really, really excited about Studio X. I finally have a headquarters to do what the fuck I want and to bring people together and to put together some amazing projects, some amazing records. I really want to dabble in this Twitch stream shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to get podcasts going. Like, I have a lot of cool ideas. I've just never had the space to truly, truly like just wiggle, without any type of let's talk about it. No, it's on me. So let's make it happen. So I'm super excited. Follow that page. Hopefully Nate puts it in the description at Studio X510.
Yeah, I'll put it
And
down there. So it should be right. I don't know how to do a thing where you like point and then like the link pops up on the.
I don't know how to do
I
it either.
have to figure out how to do that.
We have to learn how to do that too. See, we got to step our editing up. I don't know how to do any of the editing shit. But yeah, and shout out to you for having a podcast. Like, that's dope. Like, a lot of people don't get podcasts, or they do like one or two episodes, and you're actually following through. And they're very like they're very organic, and they're like useful information, and you have cool ass guests.
Thank
So
you.
go crazy
Oh yeah.
on a U87 on a podcast. It's wild. I've never seen it done before, but
Yeah, you saw it here.
you saw it here first,
No
folks.
pop filter.
I know. I got two. I don't want you to hear an S at all, not a hiss.
Well, yeah, cheers. Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, it was really, really cool.
Right on.
And I'll definitely be sending. It seems like this studio. I think I'm starting to pick up on it. I think this studio scares people. Well, not producers, because it's like it's I think
It scares
production.
artists.
Yeah, so
It's terrifying to me. I love
yeah,
it.
taking
It's a
notes.
gorgeous studio. It's so pretty. It's so nice. Me personally,
Yeah,
like small shit.
yeah,
But I like that
comfy.
second room. Yeah. I like that
Yeah, I
second room.
love this room. This room is great. I like the brick.
Yeah. I'm actually
Yeah,
trying to get some brick. Like, I'll tell you later. But yeah. Oh, when are the people I want to know, when is Down for Me gonna be done? I don't know when it's coming out, but
down for me is done.
is it mastered?
You just said it sounds dry fried.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we'll get that. When do you want it to be out?
You want to drop it on your birthday?
Nah. I'm thinking about dropping something else on my birthday.
Oh, my song's not good enough, y'all. That's crazy.
It's a total secret.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks for joining and all of that good old stuff.
It's been so real. Love
Yeah. Cheers. You too.
you. Let's do it.
All right, we're